This is my Road to Rank 1 series, where I take a brand new account and bring it all the way to Rank 1 in the world. Last season, I was able to make it all the way to Rank 4 in the world, but I couldn't get to Rank 1. So, I'm going to be trying one more time this season to get all the way to Rank 1 in the world. Hope you enjoy. Okay, this is my Road to Rank 1 series, and I'm playing in the 4th position. Now, last season, the highest I was ever able to make it was Rank 4, but this season, I'm determined to make it to Rank 1. So, just take an initial look at this board, analyzing the resources. First, I see that there's a strong clump of ore down here, the double 9 ores with the 9 and 10. And there's also the ore port over here. And there's also this super strong 643. I could easily imagine someone taking the 643, the 6411. I'm just getting the double ore wheat since it's strong for city quality. I could also see someone taking the 4810. I also think that's a very strong spot in itself too. And point right towards a 3-1 port, I think that's a good move. And so this person shouldn't be contested. I'm thinking does anyone ever take something like the 8-3 to 6-3? I could see a world where someone does that. 6-5-11, 8-3 to 6-3. Then to 411, and then they connect all the way through here. But the biggest problem is you're not going to have any ore, and it's going to be hard to get cities. That's the saying where the no ore equals 7-point score comes along. It's, if you settle here, you settle here, you settle here, you settle here, you're able to, let's say settle one more time, like on the 6-2, and you connect, then you're 7 points with longest road. But you basically never get a city, and you're stuck at 7 points. So second position decides to take the 6-4-3, getting the ore wheat, which makes a lot of sense. Generally, as a first settlement, the ore wheat spots that are combined are pretty strong. That's why you see it always being taken. So the first ore wheat spot is this. The second ore wheat spot is this. And I could see a world where third position takes something like the 5-9-10, locking up the ore, since ore in general is very strong just because you need it to drop cities. If all 3 ore spots are taken, either one, I can build to ore, such as 6-5-12 to 9-12, plus something else, or I can simply try to get cute and play some wood wheat sheep game. So this is a board where I might be able to do some type of wood wheat sheep, such as 8-3-10 to 5-9-10. But the problem with an idea like this plus this is, one, I have to actually build to the wood port. And a setup like this takes really, really, really long time just to get activated. And I'm also super vulnerable to getting blocked. Now, I've played setups like these before, wood, wheat, sheep setups, but these are only pretty functionable if a lot of my resources are tradable. I think I might have to do something like this, though, and simply go for either road or army. And just being on wood, wheat, sheep allows me to do both. So if I take this plus this, I could see my opponent over here, the 5-9-10 player. I really lock him out of a lot of stuff. I could see him taking 6-11-12 to 11-4. I think that's a pretty good option. Since I'm locking him out of wheat, I could also see him straight up taking the 6-5-11, but I think that's pretty bad. I see that probably black takes something like this is probably the best move. What would something like red take? This expansion for red is so strong, getting them on the strong sheep and more ore. I could see red honestly taking the 8-3 to 6-3, just simply getting bricks, but I'm not sure how much I like that for red. I could also just see red getting more wood, something like this, but I honestly think that this is not that bad for red. Moving to 6-3, 8-4, getting that rare brick, and then last but not least, blue. They're gonna have this 3-9-11 is actually open, unless blue decides to take it. Since blue can take the 6-5-11 if that's open, which is actually pretty good for their setup. They can get here to here. They can take this, build to here if that is open. So overall, I think I'm just gonna go with the setup that the wood wheat sheep setup. Obviously, this isn't amazing, but I think that's probably the best I can find, at least given under the time circumstance. I do think it's probably worth pointing my road right here. The reason why I want to be pointing my road right is just because, I can be able to get the double ports here. There is an argument to actually point my road upwards. So I want to point my road right because it's redundant. But if I point my road upwards, I can simply road settle here, and then I can simply connect this way. But I think that's a little bit too hopeful. I think this is probably the best way to go. The biggest problem with wood wheat sheep setups is that I'm in for a world of pain. This is very, very slow. Ooh, I didn't see black takes an 8-3 and points left. Interesting. I'm not the biggest fan of this move. I guess their idea is they're wanting to build to wheat, but that's good since I was praying that the 8 brick gets taken again. Since this way, there's way more brick on the board compared to wood, and suddenly I can actually get some wood for brick trades. So that's actually much better. And, oh my gosh, and they take the 6-3. That's actually great for me. There's even more brick on the board now. That's perfect. So this, and they get the 6-5-11. Okay. So the game has started, which makes a lot of sense. Blue's running out of expansion spots. Red's going to be wanting my wood in this spot. I might be able to trade wood for 2 cards here, but maybe that's a little bit too nice. I don't really like black's placement that much. I would have taken the 6-11-12 as black. I think taking the 8-3 is just a mistake. Even if you do win the race to the 4-3, it just feels a little bit awful. So red decides to buy a development card. Cool, which means the hand's going to be remaining with a brick here, which brick and ore, which both of those cards I want. So 2 brick and a single ore, or 2 ore and a single brick. So if I do roll 7, they're going to be the people that I'm going to be jacking. I could be offering a sheep for brick and dropping a road here. Do I ever do that? I could also wait on my opponent's turn to try to ask them for cards. I mean, I'm not in need of a trade right now. And can my opponent get those trades also? The sheep for brick, maybe. I'm not in a rush at the moment. The biggest problem, I'm basically asking you to trade so you not get jacked. Well, that is one of the reasons why you want to trade last turn, so you're a lot more actionable. Or you just get jacked. Yep. Oh, well, that sucks. Oh, suck. This is bad. Yeah, since if I gave him the sheep, then there'd be no reason for him to jack me. Kind of, theoretically. I still have wood in his hand. That's kind of gross. The 5 rolls. Oh, man, this is not good. Since he stole my sheep now, and that's his settlement over here. The 9 rolls. Okay. I'll do this for brick. I mean, wood for ore inherently isn't bad. He's looking for sheep. I can do sheep for ore. That's not bad. I'll take this. Sheep for ore? I mean, he just offered me a better trade. Of course I'll take this. I mean, did Black just realize they're offering me a better trade? I mean, what is that for? I was offering 1 for 1, and then suddenly he decided to counteroffer 2. But I guess he wants to plow over here. So 8 rolls. This blue has a settlement in hand for sure. The only move I can is do buy dev card, since I need to defend this 10 as soon as possible. I think my main threat in this game is definitely blue. And I think it makes a lot of sense for them to block me too, since red and black have pretty tough games, especially when they do this stuff. Okay. Blue now has a bunch of extra wheat. They got everything I want. They got bricks, they got wheat. Wood for brick now. It's a 6 just rolled and the 9 just rolled. Let's try to get a little bit greedy here. Let's try to do something like this, or do something like this plus this. Maybe that's a little bit too greedy. Or I can offer something like sheep. Let's try this first of all. Since I'm not in a super big rush yet, since I might be able to play a night card, jack from red, and also extort red too. Like you want to trade, but red wants my trades anyways. Wood for brick. Actually, let me tell red we can just do 1 for 1. We can just do 1 for 1. There's no need to be greedy here. Okay, well, there's no time. I'll take it. Okay, cool. Perfect. So this saves me a knight, which is really useful since I need to be able to save my knight. Yeah, hopefully somewhere on the 8 or 10 ore. Or 10 ore or 8 brick. Perfect. And rob from blue, since blue is winning, not black. Perfect. So I'm able to save a knight here, since every single time the 10 gets blocked, it's just so bad. The 11 rolls, that's another road for blue. It's not good. 5. I think I'm going to be forced to go over here first, just to build on the sheep port, and then I have to pass. Blues at 8 cards again. They're absolutely just destroying us in production. This is not pretty in terms of just because blue's in a strong position. Perfect. That's good. I do get jacked again here, and I expect blue to solo block me. It's unfortunate since every single time blue rolls a 7, they're positioning on me, and they solo block me in the 7 on the 10 wheat too. Okay, they decide to solo block red, which I don't like that move as much. But blue decides to drop the double road on the 411. I think this is very strong by blue, getting even more ore, more wheat. They have a clear road path. This is pretty scary. So 6 rolls over here. I do want to play an aggressive knight here, but I don't think I can, just to like I'm jack from blue. Okay, perfect. So the thing is, like, the 6 just rolled, so I think I want to block something like either this or this. 11 also just rolled too, but the 6 wheat is just a 6 wheat. I think stopping the cities on the 10 ore is fine. That can extort black. And I think black always says yes to this trade. Cool. Perfect. And then I can get something like this for this. This still isn't a settlement yet, though, but I did this just to make sure. And I decided to block the ore just because once blue cities are really strong. I could block something like the 6 wheat, but it just rolled, so it doesn't feel that great. I think I just simply pass in this position. And I'm just waiting for any 3 or 9s. Third 7 by blue. That's so bad. That's actually really bad. Once this is where he totally he solo blocks me here. He gets my sheep, which is kind of gross here. Instead, he needs that sheep to settle. Blue rolling to 7s is like absolutely a nightmare since I'm forced to play my knights. It's unblocked himself, and I'm solo blocked all the time. So the 9 rolls, that's my settlement here. Okay, another wheat rolls. I'm probably going to play it on the 10 ore one more time and be able to get this wheat off blue. Yeah, so these guys trade, which makes a lot of sense. It's red's hunting for their city. This guy's hunting for the settlement. Okay, so this is my ore. This is my knight card over here. Should be back over here. 4 rolled. So yeah, blue still has a bunch of wheat in hand. I have to do this, jack from blue. Hopefully getting some type of... I don't mind jacking the sheep since that means they need to get another one here. Perfect. That's my sheep that I stole back. And now I might be jacking either the 8 or the 5. The thing is, if I block the 8, it makes it so I need my own brick trades. I think blocking the 5 makes it so my wood trades are a little bit better. Since I don't need to be blocking his wheat, since he already has a bunch of wheat. And I think something like this makes the most sense. Cool. I jack from him, get the wheat. Now I'm actually able to process my sheep. So this is good. Now, I could buy a dev card in this position, but I think you need a city really badly. Just because, oh my... A 4th 7. There's not much you can do. 4 7s in a row? Oh my gosh. That's pretty gross. That's right there some reasoning for buying a dev card. But I don't want to be too results oriented. If I did buy a dev card, I clean out my hand. I get protection on the 8 and the 10. So it turns out to be pretty well. But I think it should be blue here. Just because they have a lot of expansion spots. They have a very clear road network. So that's the city that black traded to red in that position. Nicely done. And unfortunate, but blue stole my sheep again. So hopefully put it on the 6 wheat this time around. Perfect. Need jack from blue. Since I do think blue's doing much better compared to red. Do I say this? The thing is, if I say it's blue, I am, like, my opinion. Man, I wasn't sure the thing is about, like, saying stuff like this in chat. If you decide to type something, people can get tilted at you. Okay, let's hope for not a 5th 7. That'd be pretty unlucky. Okay, cool. A 3 rolls now. So that means there's gonna be a lot of extra sheep on the board. Okay, I think it's still blue. It's still blue here. Perfect. Good job, Ren. Okay, and now there's more ore in black's hand. He's offering a sheep now. What about something... Oh, man, wait. I would have taken that trade. Since I would love to do any type of sheep for wood trade right there. I'll try to do something like this, but Black's probably going to get greedy and ask for an extra card, which I can't say yes to. And I was trying to counter offer on Black's turn, but they just said no. Wood and a sheep. Interesting. I mean, I'm willing to do this. That's fine with me. Because the wood, though, stays stuck in my hand, but I do port the sheep away. Or I can simply just do a 1-for-1 and I'll pass. Both of these are fine with me. It helps Black a little bit more than it helps me, but I can simply just port, like, do something like this and port for an ore, and I'm also happy. Both of these plays are fine. It says yes to this. I think I'm okay with doing this. It feels a little bit nasty. Actually, I don't know if I like that trade, since it doesn't do that much for me. And it gives basically Black a city here. Let's port for this. Yeah, I don't know how much I like that play. Since I'm giving him a city, but also Black's kind of like my bank here. 7 cards. I think I'll buy a D. I don't know if I like buying a D here, since I need a city. But I'm also at 7 cards in that position. I would have been fine just passing here. I mean, you can also argue, well, if I give Black a city, then suddenly I'm inducing road competition, theoretically, right? So the 9 rolls again. That means this guy's going to have, you know, the city over here. Hopefully he puts it on the 6 wheat instead of me. I think he probably will. Cool. And Jack's from blue over red. I think it's blue over red. Okay, cool. Jack's from blue. And that's the city on the 5, 9, 10. Nicely done. Cool. Now he's left with ore and bricks in hand. Okay, well, now he's just left with a single ore in hand. Well, this is why I should have not traded him. If I didn't trade him, then I can get like an ore, a wheat for 2 ore trade, or wheat for brick ore. So that's a bad mistake right there. Oops. Man, that small one mistake just under time pressure completely changed the game. So I'm just gonna do this ore for 1, and I'm just gonna holding for a city now. I think that's probably the best move, and it does suck since I don't have the wood port yet. Okay. There's more ore in Black's hand now. That wheat is super valuable in that spot. But you could also argue the good news is I shouldn't be getting plucked anymore, theoretically, kind of. Okay, and Black's turn, they're going to be looking for brick, and they're also going to be looking for wheat and sheep. The hand is full of wood ore. Okay, 5. So the 5 rolling is pretty decent, actually. Since what might happen is if Black decides to do a 4-for-1, I'll do this for 2 ore here. And this is a guaranteed city for me. I can trade something like this. And it gives me insurance. But this is also pretty good for him, since he 4-for-1s his wood here, and he probably buys a dev card. I know it's not a settlement yet, since he still has a brick. He still needs a brick. Okay, I guess, no, it's a settlement. I lied. Since he had a 3-for-1. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I was right here. He didn't have a brick, but I forgot he could port his ore. Wow, that's not good. This is actually pretty bad now. I'm gonna roll again. I mean, it's a guaranteed city for me, right? Had to take that trade. There's a good chance I could take the trade myself. Or I could just get a city myself. I basically traded him a wood for an ore in that position, since a sheep is a port, and it also got myself insurance, a wood for ore. But in return, I gave him a settlement on this spot over here. This is kind of my fault, since I created this monster myself. It's like, in chess, you would rather not create more checkmate threats, and I created a checkmate threat with Black over here. And so originally it was only blue, but I created my own monster. Now, okay, in terms of city spots, do I go 5, 9, 10 or the 8, 3, 10? The problem with the 8, 3, 10 is I get solo blocked more in the 8 sheep, but the 5, 9, 10, it's a lot more balanced, I think, really. I'm gonna do some, I'm not totally sure. Since this is better, I ran out of time right there. But I think the problem with this is I want to be upgrading this if I have the wood port. But if I upgrade this, I induce more solo blocks in the 8 sheep. And I want Black to be getting jacked here, if anything. So this is really good, since I need blue to be the person fighting for road in this game. And if blue can fight for road, then I'm pretty happy. Okay, another 8 rolls. Let's see if I can try to get a sheep for a brick here. And I'm wondering if I drop my road to this spot over here. Blue says yes to this. I think I would say yes to this. That's fine with me. Now, do I give him this spot for free, or do I simply just port it myself? I could simply just port for another D card, since I don't know if I want to be spending my sheep, giving him the 3, 9, 11. Since giving him the 3, 9, 11 might be too much, I think. Since I can simply port for an ore, and I think that's also not bad in itself. I can port for an ore and port for another ore. Or do I simply want to port for a wheat here, just to be a little bit more consistent? Since this makes it so my hand is super vulnerable to getting plucked. While this makes it so I can buy a D card. But I remember, you know, in port setups like this, since I already have a knight card, right? Theoretically, you want 2 cities fast because that helps your setup just get going. Like, I'm gonna do this, which seems super greedy. And so if I get plucked, I'm like pretty sad. But the thing is, any 8, 10, and 5 all make my hand actionable here. Okay, another 8 rolls over here. But this is the problem, is like, maybe I should have been more actionable at the last turn. But I'm trying to get a second city before I completely start buying dev cards. Okay, another 8 rolls. There's so much extra brick on the board. This makes it so I can get a sheep for 2 brick with blue, which is also why I wanted to hold off, since I know I could get a really good trade here. Uh-oh, Black's trying to cut him off. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's actually really bad. This is where blue quits. I almost wish I fed blue the settlement. Let's see if blue still wants this. You can do 1-for-1, or you can do 2-for-2. I do 2-for-2, something like this maybe. This says yes to this. Cool. I think I'm okay with just doing 1-for-1, since blue's has a much tougher game now, and I'm trying to be able to process that sheep that I have, or process the wood I have with the wood port. But I don't think anyone's willing to say yes to this. I think I like the road settle here, and suddenly my setup is pretty playable again. So yeah, like, well, it's always been playable. But I road settle here. And now I can start processing the wood. I think I'm fine just holding here. Okay, that 10 ore is really, really strong for black. Okay, I almost want blue to keep extending roads. And the biggest problem is now black's a monster. I created this monster myself. This is completely my fault. Yeah, I'm gonna be really wishing that blue continues fighting for road. But the problem is black can easily just take it with the roads themselves. Oh, that's so bad. This is really bad that red dropped the defensive road here. Okay, let's go ahead and do something like this. I think that's probably the best move. Or to simply do something like this and keep a wheat. The problem with doing something like this is the fact that black basically has a high chance to pluck a wheat from me. That's so gross. There's not enough time. Since he obviously jacks me, and there's a good chance he jacks a wheat here. And now his hand is really... yeah. But what am I supposed to do? Like, allow him to go ahead and keep a wood instead? But if he jacks a wood, then I'm pretty happy with that. So this, I probably get an ore back from him. Let's hope that I do. And I have to block him here. Jack from him here. Get a wood. It's gross. That's gross. That's gross. This is not good at all. I created another checkmate threat, which is black. Uh-oh. I might have been able to offer sheep for... maybe sheep for... no, the thing is that wouldn't have been there since the 8 just rolled. Another 4 is rolled. This is more disgusting since black is going to have more wheat in hand. Okay. No night card. Well, if it's a night, both of them are bad. No matter what. It's bad. It could be road bidding, monopoly. Yeah, okay. That's not good. He probably solo blocks me the 10 wheat. Probably breaks my 2D cards to 1. Yep. Okay, cool. There we go. That's what I thought. That's what... yeah, perfect. He's going to rob me anyways. But yeah, I created this own checkmate threat myself. My fault. And this would have been a very easy game if I didn't do this. But the good news is that he stole wheat and he's on a bunch of extra wheats. I just have to dodge 10s here. Okay, cool. He passes at 7. No 7 myself. No 7. No 10s. 8. That's an okay of a roll here. You could either get a city here, but I don't think you ever do get a city. I think you have to go ahead and buy as many Ds as possible here. Let's go ahead and buy 1 D card. And I gotta buy a second one just to... since I would preferably, like, have enough Ds where I could always be punting down black. This road bidding is interesting. I could always build to the 8-4. I might actually do that. Road bidding to 8-4 and cut off red. But the problem is red's probably going to settle on the next turn. So it's more likely that I get on the 5-2, extend a road, and have to play road network like this. But it's not the greatest since I still... only with road, I'm only at 7 points here. I need a 7 here. 777 out would be great. Okay, that's not good. Okay, it has to be... It's black. It's black. Yeah, I definitely think it's black here, not me. But, what can he do? The moved it just to jack a sheep from me. And I played in a random aggressive knight. And so the thing is, I don't think he understands, but a single 5, and black's suddenly at 8 points now with the open settle. And blue, there's nothing that blue can do. But, there's not much you can do. That's another city for black, too. And he said he's at the 6th, 8-3. Okay, or second city. Instead of arguing with people, since blue thinks that I'm ahead, which I'm definitely not, I think it's actually black for sure. Since it's just their perception of the games is a little bit inaccurate. But like after this, to drop a second city, suddenly at 7 points here. They take road down here, they connect, they're at 9 points. Yeah, it's just like, black takes road at 9. Yeah, see, like, I knew this was going to happen, but I'm just going to... yeah, I knew that this is going to happen. But it's like, wow, we're both at 7 points. But it's not true at all. It's the complete opposite. I'm at 7 points with my win condition. Black is at 7 points without him, without the win condition. So yes, I will have to be jacking from black here for sure. Okay, I think I just port my wood here and probably pop another dev card to make sure that black is down. Okay, year plenty is decent since it's a city here. So I'm just explaining to blue that, like, I don't have my win condition here, which is basically, like, I already have my win condition, which is largest army. And I'm only at 7 points with that, compared to black, which is a monster here. Yeah, not much I can do here. Yeah, this is not good. You're delusional. What do you mean you're delusional? Well, it's whatever. If I lose this game, it's my fault, ultimately, which I have to just take responsibility for that. Is there any way I can take road myself at 7 roads? There's no way I can take roads here. It's kind of gross here. Yeah, it's whatever. I just got to do this, I think. Unfortunately, I created this... yeah, so I got to do this myself. Get a city, I think. Try my best. Okay, I got to tell this guy. I can give you free wood. And I think I'll probably go ahead and... yes, it is over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's actually over. I just got to dodge 5s here. Dodge 5s, 11s, and a 9. It's just over. That's not good at all. So if it's just over, is there a way I can try to set myself up to take roads to win as fast as possible? I've got to dodge a lot of rolls here. I could simply get a second city here, which is also not bad either. I think that might be the play. Get a second city here. And this way, I just need a single point to win. But the thing is, black just wins here with any 5, 9. This is not good at all. Okay, has to be the 8 brick here. Good. Perfect. Jack from black again. Well, actually, I'm not sure if blue does actually... might just block me on the 10 wheat. You have to be jacking from... Ah, gee, that's game over. Like, the thing is, I don't... That's kind of gross here. That's kind of bad. In terms of winning chances, if blue really wants a winning chance, you should still be jacking from black here. Just because that's the win right there. That's the game. GG. It's just because black just connects since he has an ore port here. Well, this is a monster that I created. I lost this game. I made that mistake. That one trade I gave black for some reason. It came back to bite me. Oh my gosh. That's kind of disgusting. This is a very winnable setup, and I just blundered it very badly. In that last spot as blue, I mean, it doesn't really matter since blue doesn't really have an incentive to play. I think the biggest thing was, one, there's multiple 8s rolled over here, and that gave black the 3, 9, 11, which needed to not happen. But also, I could have just given him this spot myself and given that 1 for 1. The second thing was giving him a wheat for a free city in that spot for black. That was not the good move, but I'm harping on it too much, but I already said it like multiple times. Overall, the setup was very playable. Black went from basically having no chance to win to having a gift of life basically through a trade from on my end. I think maybe I could have bought a few more Ds, but I think I needed every single city possible too. I'm not sure about the pacing in terms of buying Ds in that position. But yeah, ultimately that was a really winnable game with one or two critical moves right there. One, I needed to make sure that blue gets the spot. I didn't realize that if 2 8s rolled, then black would get to cut him off. So I think those are the 2 critical moves. And ultimately my 2 main threats in this game, where my main threat in this game was originally blue, and suddenly with the city, now it's suddenly black. Yeah, this is a very winnable game, but I'm human. Here are the dice stats too.